I'm Brooke.
I'm Ryan.
And we decided to channel our energy to give you the definitive ranking of the Kingdom Hearts worlds. A list that you probably never asked for.
But you need. Maybe.
Full disclosure, we know nothing about games.
But we are experts in Kingdom Hearts. Sort of. World by world, we're going to make you fall in love with the game again.
And also with us.
Maybe. So let's escape into the beautiful Disney worlds of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
A podcast.
A podcast. We did it. We're here. I know you've been like, where are Brooke and Ryan? So have Brooke and Ryan. We text each other at least once a week. I miss the podcast. So I can't imagine how all of you feel.
It must be excruciating, and I apologize on behalf of the Kingdom Hearts podcast, but honestly, it feels good to take a little distance, you know, like think about the franchise in a new way with fresh eyes, to sort of sit back off of the dance floor, watch other content creators grapple with the drought. But we're out of the drought now, and I think we have a really important voice to add to the conversation.
Before we dive into the heart, do we want to give like quick updates on ourselves and what's been going on?
Please kick us off. People have been wondering.
The people want to know. Okay. One, I've started a new job at the same place that I was working before, but new job, very exciting. Huge update for your girl. I've started collecting Pokemon cards.
What is your prized Pokemon card at this moment?
I'm trying to do all of the original 151. So first I'm just trying to collect all of them, and then I'm going to try to collect them exclusively as illustration rares, which means that like the whole card is an illustration. And then separately I'm collecting Pokemon that are sleeping and ones that look like they went to Northwestern. So mostly just like purple, but also it's like a vibe thing. And they like seem pedantic. And then I'm collecting ones that look like butts. Ones that have names that I think are funny, specifically this one little mushroom guy named Fungus. Big in on Fungus. So that is that. My prize one right now is I just bought on Whatnot a Sleeping Mew illustration rare that I'm obsessed with. That is coming in the next couple weeks. But I don't know if you collected as a kid. I didn't. So my friend Miles just found his collection. He was home for the weekend, and we've already found a card that's worth $1,500 in his collection. So we're going to make him some money, and I'm going to take a commission.
I have so many questions. You've hit a vein here. Which ones look like butts?
Ones that look like butts. Like, I don't know the names off, because a lot of the ones that I'm collecting in those like sort of more niche pages of my binder are like newer generation, and I just don't really know their names.
This is so exciting for me. I will ask you to look out for 2 Pokemon for me, like for my inner child. I would say 3, actually. My 3 favorites when I was a kid was Victory Bell. That was an important one to me. Mr. Mime.
Of course.
Also very important to me. And then Vileplume. I had this holographic Vileplume that really...
I like Vileplume too. Vileplume.
Yeah, went to Northwestern probably because of the color.
No, Vileplume isn't it. You like a plant.
I weirdly am a plant guy. I don't know, like that's my... It feels like I'd be something else, but I've really drawn to the plant.
But you are Mr. Mime. Like if someone was like, what Pokemon do you resonate with the most? It's Mr. Mime.
Definitely Mr. Mime.
And there's lore that Mr. Mime is a human posing as a Pokemon, which also feels very Ryan coded. And mine is Jigglypuff. I also collect Jigglypuff.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
But the reason why this all came to be is one, Pokopia came out, and I was like, wait, I love Pokemon. And then they remade Red and Blue Switch compatible for Fire Red and Leaf Green. So I started playing the original game, which I beat yesterday, realized it was my first time ever getting through the Elite Four. I didn't know what the Elite Four was. And my coworkers a lot of my coworkers are very into Pokemon given the nature of our job. And so they've sort of taken me in, and it's been really fun. I've ripped packs. I'm hunting certain things now. I pulled like a big hit on my birthday. When I go to this big card show in a couple weeks, I'm like giving myself a budget to like buy Pokemon cards. Very exciting. Very exciting. So that's a big update.
What games are on the Switch? Red and Blue are on the Switch now?
So it's Fire Red and Leaf Green. Fire Red is red and Leaf Green is blue. And then it goes to, I think, Sword and Shield. That's when I played Sword and Shield during COVID, and that like sort of got me back in. But everyone has been telling me that I need to play Emerald. It's in 2-bit or whatever. Like, it's exactly how you remember it. It's awesome. And then speaking of remasters, they did remaster Star Fox and just released that on the Switch too, which I started last night, which is, did you ever play Star Fox on the N64? Ryan, it's line for line. It is sick. I'm obsessed. I'm like really happy in my video game world. That's my big update in terms of like where I'm at in terms of gaming. I have been craving Kingdom Hearts, and I have some thoughts that obviously we'll get into. I've moved in with my boyfriend. I don't know if we've recorded in that long of time. So new space, Nixon 5. I can't think of anything else from a Kingdom Hearts perspective. I was wearing my Kingdom Hearts shirt yesterday from Kingdom Hearts 2. And I was with my friend and she was like, is that like Goofy and anime? And I was like, this is Kingdom Hearts. And she was like, did Disney like do a partnership with Kingdom Hearts? And I said, no, that is Kingdom Hearts. And I realized there are some people who just don't care about me, quite frankly.
Yeah, you gotta vet your friends.
Some people didn't grow up playing video games like we did. Oh, and Dungeon Crawler Carl is like my whole personality right now, which I'm saying all these things because I feel like people who listen to this podcast are also probably into some of these things. I just started book 5 audiobook. It has been chef's kiss. I am obsessed. So if anyone wants to talk to me about Dungeon Crawler Carl, you can DM me on Instagram. Rye.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Some of you have started like DMing me on my personal account with Kingdom Hearts content.
Me too. It's the best.
I love all of you. I can't believe people are still listening to this pod. I get updates of people are still listening and like going back and being like, I'm restarting this podcast. And I'm like, that's crazy to me, but grateful, blessed forever. I'm trying to think big updates for me. I mean, I am getting married in a month, so that is I'll say more after it all goes down.
I think it's important to note that Ryan is getting married the weekend of D23, and I do believe there will be Kingdom Hearts related announcements at D23 this year. So I think it is beshared.
And we might have to hop into a back room and just record some thoughts really fast. If you want to know about the wedding venue, I would picture the country of the Musketeers world in Dream Drop Distance, where you fight. Holy moly! Like it's very where you fight the Beagle Boys. We're getting married in a theater on a stage. I did it all for Brooke.
I will be officiating as Theater Pete.
We're going to do the reality shift, and I'm going to put her in a comic book, and it's going to be amazing. I mean, the other things that have been really special to me is like, as I've traveled and traversed worlds over the past few months, I've been to places like I went to this Prankster's Paradise knockoff in Vietnam that looked exactly like Prankster's Paradise. I think I went somewhere else recently where I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a Kingdom Hearts world. And it's just very satisfying to think about how much Kingdom Hearts has influenced how I view the world, like a love of travel, a love of connecting hearts. And I'll share a quick story. Last night, I ran into our friend from the pod, Christopher Carlson, and his boyfriend, all boyfriended up, gonna be at the wedding. So hearts will connect, and we were just talking about like Kingdom Hearts 4. We need to dive in and start playing again, and it's a special community of people that love Kingdom Hearts, because you don't like play Kingdom Hearts once and drop it. You come back to it. Like I'm currently sort of lazily replaying Kingdom Hearts 2. I find it just as annoying as I remember for a myriad reasons, but I still love it. It's always Kingdom Hearts 1 for me, and Birth by Sleep. Like those are the ones that I always go back to. I'm like satisfying, thrilling. Yeah. I just can't believe that Maleficent is hanging out with Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Like, it's just really below her.
It's really funny to think about, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically. There's, like, a trend that has popped up on, I hate to be this person, my reels. I deleted TikTok, so it's just reels. Okay, boomer. But it's like these are the same game, and it shows the Roxas battle, and it's like playing the Roxas theme, and it's like so emotional, and then it cuts to Atlantica.
I love that video that you sent of basically something we talked about. It's like, your dad walks in on you and you're playing the Atlantica level, and it's just like he loses all respect for you, which probably actually happened to me as a kid.
Well, I think if you're a kid, it's okay. But I think if you're
No.
like an adult that's like, I'm replaying this game, and you're like, this game? Okay. That to your point about travel, that for me was the Sagrada Familia, which is this is probably so disrespectful to Gaudi because it's like the most stunning piece of architecture that I've ever seen. But I walked in and I was like, this is Kingdom Hearts. And the like dive into the heart started playing in my head. I like made my boyfriend put the AirPod in. I was like, listen.
Yoko is with us.
She's here.
That is amazing. I mean, it is. There's like a sense of wonder. I don't know what your childhood was like how much you got to travel, but like a lot of my travel was like going to the beach, Destiny Islands, if you will. And the sense of wonder that I got from Kingdom Hearts, just like what was on the TV, like I would look around Hollow Bastion Castle like I was at a cathedral in Europe. Like I would like examine the corners, and I don't know, there's just like something it does to your brain that now we get to actually travel to other worlds. We're off the beach. It feels like there's a way of viewing the world that is sort of thanks to Kingdom Hearts. So thanks.
Thanks,
Tetsuya.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Which brings us to, I mean, what were you feeling? Where were you when you found out that the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer had emerged?
I was sitting right here on this couch, and the gasp that I gasped, you would have thought that something terrible had happened. I think I like texted you, and you were like, "No way," and then I was like, "It's real this time." So the trailer leaves much to leaves much to the imagination. I know you are concerned with the lack of Disney content in the trailer. I think that has been a common feedback that I've seen on the internet. I have thoughts on this, but I want to hear your thoughts.
So when I ran into Christopher last night, we talked about this, and I here's what I'll say. Number one, there wasn't much new content. Like it felt like it was a lot of rehashing the old content that we had seen, I don't know, like 3 years ago, which is fine, but they're really playing up this dark side in Shibuya. Like it feels like we're in Tokyo, and just something about Kingdom Hearts doesn't feel like it should exist in like the real world, the real urban core, like Twilight Town, Traverse Town. Those are like fictional magic dusted lands, but just like being in a parking lot, thinking about crosswalks while fighting a dark side, it just doesn't mesh with my vision of Kingdom Hearts. It feels like that world, San Francisco, which was like getting a little too contemporary for my taste, but was still okay.
Do you
Thoughts?
think that because you've been playing Spider-Man?
Literally, Brooke, I said last night, I'm like, it feels more like Spider-Man to me, and that is acceptable. But it's almost, it feels like they were like, oh, we like the Spider-Man game. Let's make Kingdom Hearts more like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is its own
But
wonderful thing.
is it Shibuya, or is it like it's this other place that's inspired by Shibuya, right? It's not actually Shibuya.
It's absolutely not. But the fact that it, like, I'm like, this, I have been to this place.
So here's my theory. I think that we know that Sora is like in this sort of like in between land. I forget what it's called, what they're calling.
Quadratum?
Quadratum. Yes, thank you. I think Quadratum is going to be the like preamble, basically the Destiny Islands, where it's like, here's how you learn the mechanics, and like you're going to fight Big Daddy Heartless, and then we're going to get then the game is going to begin. Like my thought is, because of the timing of everything. So I want to say this, and I want it on the record. I think that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to come out in January of 2027. And I think this, so working backwards, I think based on what happened with Kingdom Hearts 3, they released the story so far in October of 2018, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in January of 2019. They are unlocking and releasing the remasters of everything so far in October of 2026, which I think will lead to a January 2027 launch or release date. So that's my theory. And in that, I think that they are very intentionally not releasing any Disney content until D23, your wedding weekend, which I think will give Disney the opportunity to control the narrative about what worlds are being featured, because it feels like the gameplay is the Square Enix side and the content is the Disney side, because I know people were a bit up in arms that this came through Switch Direct instead of PlayStation Direct. So I think that they're like, they gave us that trailer and they gave us that announcement because we're about to get more announcements. And I think to just let us know that it's like, here's like the more fully fleshed out version of what we showed you 3 years. That's my thought. And like, I'm curious what your thoughts are on that timeline.
Well, first of all, I'm always just grateful for your diligent research and understanding of things in a way that I've never quite been able to grasp. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. And James Woods, the voice of Hades, did come out and say this is the best Kingdom Hearts game so far. I guess you kind of have to say that, but it gives the impression that he's recorded.
We know that Hades is in it based on the original teaser trailer.
Right. And so it sounds like he's done with the recording. He's familiar with the story and kind of has a larger role to play. So I think this all tracks, especially because we did see those screenshots of Mickey in the library or whatever. So we know that other things have been created. We just haven't seen them in action. So I if I was a betting man or this was on the prediction markets, I would put money on that.
I also think there's something to be said about potentially, like, we've got the Comic-Cons too.
Right.
So there's but I think D23, I've got my eyes set on D23. Because this is like the big one, I think. And they've been like, and Disney parks have been incorporating Kingdom Hearts back into the lore. Like, there's merch that's being they're trying to like reintroduce. And also, like, it's been a minute. It's been what, 7 years since 8 years since 3 came out. If it comes out in January. And so that's like a whole new generation of people who like need to play the story so far. And also, like, the Switch thing, I think, is like Switch 1 couldn't handle it, except for the stupid cloud version. And so now being able to play it on Switch 2, that's also just like capitalism, right? And I think Birth by Sleep is like, if people don't know Birth by Sleep, they need to play it to understand 3. It's like just true. I'll be curious about the videos, and like, I learned so much from the like mobile games, because like that's how you get introduced to the like Master of Masters and basically the new sort of big bad. But I'm excited. I'm nervous about the world. I'm afraid it's going to be a lot of like Marvel, Star Wars, like humanoid, because they're like, they want to flex the game engine, and it's going to compromise or sacrifice. And also, like, what's tricky about Disney in general, and like we've talked about this, I think, a lot, is that there aren't villains anymore in the way that there used to be. And so it's harder to mine. But that being said, they're also like villains world. And if like they did change the Maleficent thing to Yzma and Kronk, like, could we finally get our Emperor's New Groove world? But I think, and we've talked about this before, like the idea of the Disney worlds that have a connection to the afterlife. I could see Pocahontas if they wanted to go back to the originals. We've never really dealt with her, and I feel like that's witchy in its way, or spiritual in its way.
I think you're right, and I think the question is, how fragmented are the stories going to be? Like in 3, there was sort of the Riku Mickey saga. There was the main trio saga. Is this going to be a game where you're playing as Donald and Goofy in more Disney, Hades adjacent worlds, and then Sora's sort of in more cities, humanoid experiences. Like Doriku and Kairi have their own journey going on. But I think we can confirm, based on what we've seen in the videos, that there is some sort of Moana content. And that makes me think that we're going to get a lot of Pixar, a lot of live action, sorry, not live action, like 3D animated Disney movies, which makes sense with the graphics engine. I wonder, I mean, I would love more 2D worlds. I think the only 2D world that got adapted last time, and correct me if I'm wrong, was Hercules.
We got Frozen.
Oh, that's not 2D.
Oh, but they just don't. Oh, I see what you mean. Like the original 2D animation. Sorry, I thought you meant cartoon versus live action.
Right.
3. Well, yeah, Hercules. Hercules. Who would have thought Hercules is the one that makes it in every game?
And who'd have thunk?
I mean, they did a lot of Pixar last time, so I'm like, I would expect a Coco world. Moana's cool. Princess and the Frog wouldn't surprise me. It's just like it was so clear and easy in the first game when it was like, we need 7 princesses, and so like this is how we got there. So yeah, I don't know. I am nervous, but
I wonder if they understand what people love about Kingdom Hearts. It feels like 3, they sort of lost the plot a little bit. Like, say what you want about Dream Drop Distance, like it did feel, even with some of the random worlds, like still in the spirit of Kingdom Hearts, like the sort of surprises people love, like oh, I guess we got a fucking Tron world. We're also going back to Pinocchio world, like. But it feels like with 3, there is a little bit more pressure from Disney to play up certain IP.
My thought on this is that it sort of follows the same trajectory as the theme parks, and the shift from like dark rides into e-tickets is that as the demographic is aging up, you need to sort of like, oh, like what are people in their 20s, 30s, even 40s playing? It's like there's the line of like, do those people want nostalgia, or do those people want like high quality, comparable to Spider-Man, comparable to Legacy, like games that you can fight? Like, do we want fighting based? Like, is that what they care about versus like when it's 2002 and you're like, this is a game for 10-year-olds. You can really be like, and here are all your friends. And I don't think that is the mission anymore, especially since like 3 ended with like the Donald Goofy faction, the Aqua Ventus Terra faction, the Axel like Roxas Shion like we have all these split factions that like they're all on the hunt to find undead Sora. So there's a lot that can happen, and like I can't imagine that one of the main titles is going to do I can't imagine that one of the main titles is going to do a Birth by Sleep where you can like play from the different POVs, although that would be very cool. But
it's a lot of threads to keep track of in one game.
Also, like Strelitzia is about to play a really big part. Is she, and like who is she going to function as? Like, is she going to be the like Jiminy Cricket?
Is she going to go with the cricket cage? I don't know. Yeah. It feels like there's so many opportunities and a lot could go wrong because of that. But it feels like with a really disciplined approach, like, correct me if I'm wrong, the reviews of 3 from a story perspective were not good. Like,
no,
I think a lot of
people hated 3. I think.
Yeah.
I think also because like the Frozen world was just like you watched a music video.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. I mean, I trust them. Like cautiously, I'm optimistic. I'm just like, I don't know. I want it to be the best game of all time.
Me too.
I'm grateful that it's coming out in January because I won't want to be outside. Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yes.
No, I'm just
it's coming out in January. But that's also very smart. Like, that's when people are going to play games. Like, if it comes out during the summer, people are going to have a million other things to do. They're going to try to live their real lives. But I'm going to want to escape into the beautiful Disney worlds of Kingdom Hearts.
Me too.
The podcast.
So I had a proposal for Ryan but I don't know that we have the time or energy to do this. But I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, and maybe we do a poll on the gram and see if people would vibe. Where if we, and maybe we just do this with one and we see how that goes, and we take it, maybe we do every other week. We replay one and we re-rank, and we don't look at our old rankings until the end, and we see how they compare, because it'll be what, 6 years since we started the pod in September.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
That is so scary. I love it. I say yes. I say I don't care if people want it or not. We're giving it to them.
And I'm just like, I need to pick up my PlayStation again. Okay, here's a question I have for you. And I think I know the answer for you. When Kingdom Hearts 4 does come out, because you also now have a PS5 and a Switch too, what console are you going to buy it on?
I was thinking this exact question. It really depends on what people are saying about the gameplay. Something about it being on the PlayStation stationary at my house feels special to me. But there's something nice about bringing the Switch. I feel like you're going to play on the PlayStation.
I'm a purist. And also, if I'm being 100% honest, the Switch 2 is a little bit big for my hands. So I remember last year, like around this time last year, I was in my deep in my Hades game, which is like a real mash game. And I was sitting next to my friend on a plane on the way to this work event, just like sitting in a little ball, just like mashing my Switch 2. But she was like, "Are you good?" And so like Pokemon, I can play on my Switch in my hands, and the Switch 2 is way harder to like dock without that. You can't, unless you have like a very specific adapter, you can't just like use any old dock or any old adapter to bring it on the TV. So I think I'm going to stick PlayStation, but I might upgrade my cloud version to the new version. And then
I think I'm going to do that.
Because I don't think I need to upgrade my PS5 version. Like, it's fine how it is. But I think I'll upgrade the Switch version of the OGs, because those I feel like I could maybe bring around and also play with James home. Because he and I are going to have a conversation when this comes out. Because, like, I remember when Pokopia came out, he was like, so this isn't going to be like a Blueprint situation, right? And I was like, no, of course not. Because Blueprints, to be fair, Blueprints requires you have to be paying attention to anything and everything. And you're like writing notes and you're doing whatever. Pokopia, I was like, I can hang while I play this, and I can play this in my hand. So it wasn't as bad. Same thing with Fire Red. I'm like, I can hang. Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm going to be like man caved.
Maybe in the same man cave. I think your strategy makes a lot of sense. And there's also something to playing games mobily, like in public places. I was sitting next to a kid on an airplane, and I looked over and he was playing Hades. He was maybe like 16. And I was just like using the sword. And we sort of talked, and he didn't know a bunch of I was like, oh, you have to give nectar to this person. And he didn't know about any of it. It was just like a really cute little bonding experience. And I don't know, did you play Hades 2 yet?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
Love.
Here's where I'm at, Brooke. I'm going to give a quick gaming update, and then I'm sure people are not as interested in my gaming update because it's a little fragmented. I'm sort of like, I'm seeing multiple people.
I don't think that's true. I think that is totally fine. Don't do that.
Okay. So I'm like sort of, I'm dating around. Like I started playing Hades 2. I'm like, I just finished Hades 1. I need a break. I'm playing Spider-Man, and I really like it, but it hasn't like sucked me in because it's so like episodic, it's so open world. But then I also am sort of playing Pokopia, which I love. But it's also like it's also like a pick up when you have time game. I'm sort of in the middle of Kingdom Hearts 2. The last two games I've been obsessed with are because of you, Blueprints and Hades. And then I started playing Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, people like that game. It's too scary for me.
It's the soundtrack is by the guy who did Hereditary, and I was like doing some writing and listening to scary music, and it came on. I was like, oh, I like this. But I'm like, I want something that's gonna like grip me and pull me in, and I just need to commit. And I feel like I just need you to tell me what to do, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like those are all the games that Pokopia gripped me in. because I was playing like in the middle of winter. And so I was like, but I like, as soon as I finished the main story and I was like, oh, cool, I got Magnemite. I can like, I was like, I actually don't have the patience or time to like fully Animal Crossing this.
Right.
But it's a beautiful story. And it got me in on Pokemon again, which is like, I'm very grateful for. So Fire Red has been fun. I know Star Fox is like a shortish game. So, but if you do get it, we can like play on headset together and like co-pilot. So I would like to do that at some point if you do get it.
Okay, I'm obsessed with that.
And then I think I might borrow my friend's Game Boy Advance and do Emerald. But there's a part of me that wants to wait because I think they might be doing the same thing for the Switch for that too. But yeah, I mean, when I was playing Hades 2, I literally like, it was the month leading up to moving in. And so I was just like, it was my sort of like frustration release, like stress release, sort of disassociation. Yeah, I don't have, I know that's not helpful, but I can't think of anything like if anything's coming out or anything that I played. Oh, Bridget mentioned The Witcher. Is that a game?
Yeah, okay, I've heard about this.
Wait, let me see what she said. BioShock?
I love BioShock. Have you played BioShock?
No.
It just came out for the Switch, all 3 games. There's BioShock 1, which is incredible.
It's scary.
It's a little scary.
It's a shooter game. I don't like shooter games.
Yeah, I feel like you'd maybe like BioShock 3. It's very shooty, though. There's a lot of shooting going on.
Yeah, so Bridget's playing Witcher, and Kyle's been playing BioShock. And I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red and now Star Fox. And I'm on like the 3rd level of Star Fox because I like ate an edible last night and ordered pasta and was like, this is the best day of my life.
That's incredible. Okay, so I think maybe I'm feeling like Hades 2 is in the mix for me now.
How far in are you?
I found it frustrating that it wasn't a 1-to-1 for like what materials you needed to get what. I felt like I had to relearn something and I was too close to the last game, so I just needed to forget the last game so I could relearn.
Where are you in the story?
I just started.
So have you only gone down?
Yeah. I don't even know where I'm going.
So I would keep playing.
Okay. I think I'm gonna dive back into that, especially as I got some plane travel coming up, and I need something
such a good plane game.
Okay, this is good. I'll take it on my honeymoon.
Amazing. Anything else Kingdom Hearts 4 related?
No, I love your idea about replaying 1. Obsessed.
Great. Do you think that Pete will be in Kingdom Hearts 4? Oh yeah, because he was interacting with that whole squad in the desert. They can't get rid of him. He's like a cockroach.
The last thing I'll say about Kingdom Hearts is like tone is very important to the success of the series. And I think the thing about 1 is tonally, it's like mysterious, cheeky, like it feels like a great Disney movie where it like really nails tone. 2, it's like slapstick, serious, melodrama, like it sort of does all of these things. And then it feels like there's tonal fragmentation that continues throughout the game. I actually think Birth by Sleep is one of the last ones that's like very tonally cohesive, except for fucking Disneyland, Disneytown, Toontown. So I don't know. I'm just like, why do they keep tonally fucking with a good thing?
Okay, so that actually reminded me. I saw a video that was talking about how weird Sora looks in the trailer, and they were saying that because it like is like that is in the same way that they like turn into Lion Sora, because he's in this like hyper realistic Quadratum world, he's going to look hyper realistic, and then once we leave Quadratum, he'll potentially go back to looking a little bit more cartoony, which I'm really hoping for.
From your mouth to Tetsuya Nomura's ears.
Oh, also, I listened to this book called Super Nintendo, which is like history of Nintendo, and it's read by the author, and it's like a really delightful little audiobook experience. It talks about Animal Crossing, it talks about Pokemon, it talks about Zelda, it talks about just like all the major Mario, obviously, all the major franchises and like how they kind of came to be. And I highly recommend that if you want something like sort of light but also informative.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you, Brooke, for hopping on. Like, we're giving people hopefully what they want, what they needed, and I'm excited to like rev it up. A 6-year anniversary is terrifying to me, but it feels very fitting.
Let's go.
D23 wedding weekend.
Wedding weekend. I love you. Our hearts are connected.
Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you're looking to connect our hearts, follow us on Instagram at KingdomHearts_pod. And if you want to enter the realm of darkness that is our lives, follow us. I'm at Brooke Wiseman.
And I'm at Rye Bernstein. See you next week with another Kingdom Hearts Worlds and Kingdom Hearts ratings.
Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom Hearts.
the podcast.